Welcome to African American History Lesson 37. In this video, we will discuss the Black Codes and their impact upon previously enslaved African Americans in the Reconstruction Era and beyond. In the aftermath of the Civil War, freedom did not mean equality. Across the South, new laws and labor systems emerged to reassert white control and restrict Black mobility. Known as Black Codes, these oppressive statutes, paired with exploitative labor practices like sharecropping and convict leasing, were designed to maintain a racial and economic order that closely mirrored slavery. In the immediate aftermath of the Civil War, Southern legislatures enacted Black Codes under presidential Reconstruction 1865 to 1866 to reassert dominance over African Americans. These laws restricted mobility, access to labor, and civil participation, mirroring the surveillance and coercion of the former slave codes. Despite emancipation, African Americans were systematically criminalized and confined to exploitative economic roles. Black Codes demanded that Black individuals sign yearly labor contracts, often under duress. Those who refused or fled could be arrested for vagrancy, imprisoned, or beaten. The contracts frequently yielded poverty wages and reaffirmed white control over Black labor, perpetuating economic dependency under the guise of legality. Some of the most damaging Black Codes included provisions that stripped African American parents of their children. States seized Black youths and bound them to white apprenticeships without consent, effectively re-enslaving the next generation under legal pretenses. This policy devastated families and reinforced the denial of Black parental authority. The photograph Juvenile Convicts at Work in the Fields, 1903, captures the haunting legacy of slavery through the system of convict leasing in the Jim Crow South. Featuring young African American boys forced to labor under state control, the image reveals how incarceration became a tool to exploit Black youths long after emancipation. This powerful visual underscores how freedom was repeatedly undermined through new systems of racialized labor and punishment. In 1865, General William T. Sherman issued Special Field Orders No. 15, designating over 400,000 acres of Confederate land to be distributed to formerly enslaved people in plots of 40 acres. This vision of land ownership was a radical attempt to provide economic independence and restitution to newly freed African Americans. The Land Order for Richard Brown, 1865, is a historical document issued during Reconstruction under General William T. Sherman's Special Field Orders No. 15, which temporarily redistributed confiscated Confederate land to newly freed African Americans. This specific order granted land to Richard Brown and represented the promise of land ownership as a pathway to freedom, self-sufficiency, and dignity. The document embodies the brief moment when reparative justice for formerly enslaved people seemed possible in the post-Civil War South. President Andrew Johnson overturned Sherman's field orders and returned seized lands to former Confederate owners or allowed them to be purchased by Northern investors. This action forced Black families off land they had begun cultivating. It blocked their path to wealth accumulation and placed them into exploitative labor arrangements like sharecropping. Sharecropping became the dominant agricultural arrangement in the post-emancipation South. While landowners provided tools and land, Black farmers received a portion of the crop. In reality, this often translated into economic bondage as high interest rates and manipulated yields kept families in cycles of debt and poverty. African Americans and poor white farmers were lured into crop lien systems, borrowing against future harvests to purchase essentials. Merchants and landlords profited, while farmers remained trapped in debt. The system institutionalized economic servitude and hollowed out Black aspirations for generational wealth. The South's reliance on forced labor continued through convict leasing. Black men, often arrested on false or minor charges, were leased to private companies and plantations to perform brutal labor without compensation. This system exploited legal loopholes in the 13th Amendment and perpetuated slavery by another name. States exploited incarcerated Black men, often imprisoned for petty or fabricated charges, as a source of unpaid labor. It serves as a powerful reminder of how racialized systems of control and forced labor persisted well into the 20th century under the guise of criminal justice. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, please follow us on the social media platforms listed on the screen.